Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist. And today, I just wanted to briefly talk about a relatively obscure dog whistle that's been around for a few years now, as well as what it really means and who's using it. For those who might not know, in politics, a dog whistle is a word, a phrase, or a symbol which seems perfectly innocent and innocuous to most people, but which really communicates a more sinister hidden message to those in the know. There will also be a playlist of videos of mine at the top of the description that goes into detail about all sorts of dog whistles and how to spot them. Today specifically, I wanted to talk about the phrase helicopter rides and how it's become a contemporary reactionary trope. In 1973, the South American country Chile was essentially taken over by a CIA-backed far-right military coup at the behest of a dictator named Augusto Pinochet. His regime overthrew the democratically elected left-wing government there previously and immediately began imprisoning, torturing, and murdering anyone it so much as perceived to be a serious critic of the new dictatorship. After not too long, Pinochet had killed so many people that he had to start having industrial quantities of dead bodies flown far out to sea by helicopter and dumped in the ocean because there was just nowhere else to bury them. Horrifically, he realized shortly thereafter that he could just cut out the middleman entirely and soon began dropping still living dissidents into the open ocean, which obviously meant they wouldn't survive long, if at all. The prospect of being taken on one of these fatal helicopter trips became a tool of intimidation and repression during the Pinochet regime, which lasted into the 1990s. The history of the Chilean coup isn't particularly well known in most of the West. However, internet reactionaries have picked up on the part about helicopter flights being used as a way to throw left-wingers into the ocean, and they've turned making oblique references to helicopters, and specifically to free helicopter rides, a way to signal their political leanings to one another. It's worth being able to recognize if and when someone makes these sorts of references, or treats it like a joke. If they do, they are, without a shadow of a doubt, pretty far right-wing and trying to see what they can get away with saying. Whether they're just making a tired free helicopter rides joke or trying to be slick by vaguely posting helicopter emojis somewhere like a political forum or something similar, they're more or less joking about what was literally a means of mass murder of political prisoners only a few decades ago. And they're clearly pretty deep down the reactionary rabbit hole, and you should treat them as such. Someone making jokes supporting the idea of lynchings or the gas chambers wouldn't or shouldn't be tolerated in any polite company very long. The same should go for this. It sounds like it might just be a dumb little gag, but since it's actually a reference to mass murder, and it is only being used by people who think those murders were good and just, don't let anyone try to brush it off if you call them out on what they're saying either. The people making those sorts of jokes shouldn't be tolerated in any community. So, for the sake of keeping you and yours safe, please just keep it in mind. That's all I have to say today. I just thought it was something you should know about. Once again, my name's Card. If you might want to hear more from me, especially more about emerging or obscure dog whistles and how to spot them, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page or take a look at my other videos. Goodbye for now, and have a lovely day.